This is Tigers Talking on the Prairie, Lahana High School's Honors English 4 class, taking our essays and turning them into podcasts, seeking a real-world audience. So sit back and enjoy.
I'm a senior at Lahana High School, and we recently wrote a college essay. The college essay was very time-consuming, and it was a little tough to get started and get going, but because we started out with a sample of the college essay, it did make it a little easier. Getting going was also a little rough because you had to pick a personal life experience that made you who you are today to write the college essay on, or you could also choose to write the college essay about your achievements as a student and certain things you've done in the community to help your school out and also better your community. Whitney, what are your thoughts about the college essay and the process?
Preferably, I enjoyed it. I liked talking about my experience and who made me who I am and the big achievements I made that I'm very proud of. To the reader, it's more personal and can kind of get a grasp of who I am and all the work I've done. Troy, your opinion, was the college essay beneficial?
I think it was beneficial because it gives you a general outline of what you need to say to a college, and as you apply to different colleges, you have the paper written already, so you can go back and tweak the paper to make it how you want it to send to the college. So Ashley, what are your thoughts about the process of the college essay?
I found it difficult at first, mainly because I wasn't quite sure what to write about. But then I figured I should probably write about something I experienced in the past and how I overcame it. So I started with my most vivid memory, which was basically about the abuse I went through as a child, how it affected me as I got older, and then what I did to overcome it.
So from all three of our opinions about the college essay, you probably have gathered your own opinion about what it is and what it isn't, and actually, it is very helpful because once you do get ready to send it to colleges, as I mentioned before, you can tweak it to make it sound better and fit the specifications for that college. So if you do decide to write a college essay, it's probably a good idea to just write one and get the basic outline ready so that you can use it and you do have it there. It's not easy and it's really not that fun, but honestly, in the end, it is definitely worth writing, and you should take your time and do it well so you can get it the way you want it. For the last 2 years of my life, the only thing that's been on my mind is college and wanting to be done with the rat race that is high school. Perhaps it's a bad thing I'm wishing away in my life, but college and the college lifestyle intrigues me. Naturally, I've been thinking about which college fits me the best and where I would like to attend, and putting those colleges on my radar. Even though I dread waking up and going to high school, I have still put myself in a position to succeed wherever I may end up in college. I'm a student at Lahana High School, and I have attended this school my past 4 years. I will have been in FBLA for 3 years, been on the honor roll for all 4, and received numerous awards for my academic performance during my time here. While I am a good student and focus much of my attention on my grades, I am also very active in high school sports. I have played basketball and baseball for all 4 years. I have started and played varsity baseball since I was a freshman, and varsity basketball since I was a sophomore. I do consider myself to be a well-rounded person. I'm fairly active in my community. Since I was of age, I have participated in a fair amount in my church. It's a big part of my life, and it's important to me to dedicate as much time as I can to it. I also have participated in events such as a toy bowl. During Christmas time, a large group of people go around and get donations such as food, unused and unwanted jackets, and old toys to give to the lesser privileged children in the community. It teaches you to never take what you have for granted. The biggest part of my life is baseball. Since I could walk, I was carrying around a bat or a ball and glove. At the age of 7, I played on club teams that traveled around Colorado and played in some of the most prestigious tournaments. Baseball also has taken me to places such as Cooperstown, New York, Scottsdale, Arizona, Las Vegas, Nevada, Albuquerque, New Mexico, and Pomona, California. Wherever I do attend college, I plan to keep on playing or stay in the game as much as I possibly can because the game has such a dramatic impact on my life and has made me who I am. I spent hours upon hours working on the game I love, and I've never been more dedicated to anything I've done. My life has been a journey thus far, and it's led me to your door. My life has taught me many things, although I'm only 17. I feel that your college and I have a great chance to give each other exactly what we need. If I do in fact get a chance to attend, I know I will be successful after college and be able to make an impact in society and make a name for myself.
Hi, my name's Ashley Hernandez, and this is my college essay, Overcoming the Past, Walking Toward the Future. At the age of 5, every child sees a world full of sunshine and rainbows. I, on the other hand, got my first taste of the real world. Before I knew it, my childhood fantasy of flowers and butterflies came crashing down on me. My father was never really faithful to my mother. He always had different girlfriends. When my mom had finally had enough, she left him. They settled on having shared custody of me, where I would live with my mother and go with my father on weekends, trading every holiday. Despite losing my mother, my dad continued his ways of cheating, having different girlfriends every time I saw him. Sadly, during those times that his girlfriends were there, I ended up being abused when he wasn't around. Mentally, physically, emotionally, you name it, they did it. Since I didn't really understand what was going on at the time, I kept quiet and endured the torture. I felt so alone and terrified. Eventually, my dad's girlfriend, Sherry Jackson, made a mistake and left bruises on my body. When I went home, my mother asked me how I received them. Everything started to pour out of me at once, and I finally let myself cry. I told her about what had been happening to me, and my mother was furious. She refused to let my father see me anymore. Not 3 months later, my father was put in prison for a robbery along with his girlfriend Sherry and some of his friends. Things were quiet after that. At the time, I didn't know that my relationship with abuse had only just started. As I grew up, I noticed that my family, aside from my mother, had a few relatives all treated me with disdain and hatred. They hated who my father was, and though my mother never knew, they all thought that I should never have been born. They would have encouraged my cousins to beat me all at once and try as my mom could. Sometimes she wasn't there to help me. Seeing how much it pained her to see me cry, I decided not to cry no more. I never let her know when it happened, and eventually I became secluded and very quiet. I also tended to hold my emotions in to where I would have breakdowns. I was horrible in school. Then one day when my mother and I went to my family's house, they told me that I would end up just like my father, that I would never make something out of my life. I started to believe what they told me, but finally at the age of 10, I had enough. To prove to myself and them that they were wrong, I started to study and read more. Reading became my favorite thing to do. It was like my own little getaway from the rest of the world. Would get so entranced in the world of whatever book I was reading that I never noticed the time passing by. My grades shot through the roof. I gained more friends, though I was still quiet and became shy during my seclusion. Things started to look up for me, and I continued to study and improve myself all through middle school. I came out a stronger person by facing my demons. Upon entering high school, I discovered that you could take college credit classes at the high school along with taking classes at the college to graduate not only with your high school diploma but also with your associate's degree for college. Liking the challenge, I did just that. Over the years, I have been taking classes to graduate with my associates in science and business, and now I'm in my last year of high school. I'm proud to say that I am close to accomplishing my goal and expect to graduate with my associates. Looking back at my past, I realized that if I had not faced my demons, I would not be where I am today. This just goes to show that to you that no matter what your background or your past, you can do anything you want if you just set your mind to it. Now it's on to my next challenge, getting into and graduating from college. I can't wait.
Hi, this is Whitney Ballou with my college essay, The Roper's Dream. When you work hard, don't you strive for an outcome? Success is in the eye of the beholder. To better yourself, you need the willingness, dedication, and commitment to reach your goal. Not saying it's going to be easy, but won't it be worthwhile? Now that's up to you. My success started the day I climbed upon a horse. Imagine a 3-year-old riding along with your father, not knowing what's planned, destined for you. It happened to be that my father grew up down to earth, and my mother valued life through music, seeing beauty in the simplicity of a melody. My family's stability was through country. My backyard has been my roping arena. Slides and swings were replaced with a saddle, rope, and a big pasture. My fondest memories were being outside, all 5 of us, Kyle, Ryan, Mom, and Dad, spending quality time together. By the age of 12, I was in the full swing of roping. I practiced every day, after school, just like a regular sport, such as volleyball, football, and basketball. The 3 males in the house were my coaches, so I had the triple the discipline and a push to succeed. At times, I would get down like any athlete, and I want to give up and take the easy way out. I was taught to never give up on your talent and work for what you want. As I got older, responsibility increased and the level of competition accelerated. I became a senior girl with about 25 contestants in an event. Now to explain, usually a 3-second is a good solid time. 3 seconds come down to a blink of an eye. Either you catch the calf or you don't, cut and dry, black and white. Every summer I'd strive to get loaded, meaning the first 5 places you earn throughout your year places you top of the rest competitors. The summer of 2012, I became loaded in the breakaway. When finals came around the corner in July in Pueblo, Colorado, it was the real deal. The level of talent and the velocity of people that unite for a full week of rodeo. People from all across the world can participate, but usually just within the United States, distancing covering from Washington all the way down to Florida. Throughout the week, points earned also configure with the ending score. There are 2 rounds for everyone, even if they did good or not. The first round, the majority of contestants automatically eliminate themselves from the game by wanting to be fast. Rodeo is not only being fast, but being consistent and being smart wins. Personally, my first 2 rounds were solid, clean runs with a 3:18 second and a 3-second flat. I was sitting steady. By the end of the 2 rounds, they conjoined both times and points to determine high ranking. My family and I waited nervously to find the final sheet that tells whether or not you're going to be in the final round called a short go. The short go consists of the 15 best out of 100 contestants. While looking down the sheet, names were listed. Mine was at the bottom, placing first. Saturday was up. My last run couldn't have been better. I was the last to go. I tried to settle my mindset that I've been doing since I was young. Literally all the blood, sweat, tears came down to the final seconds. The next split moments would decide if I was world champion or not. I walked in the box, took a tour a couple times, and finally settled in the corner. I narrowed in on my goal. Nodded my head, swinging my rope in what I did best. My rope was snug, tied against the calf's head. Lastly, I pulled my slack and watched the calf in front of me. At that moment, relief fell upon me. I thanked the Lord, also thanked my partner, Badge, for getting me there and achieving my goals. We both came a long way in 2 years, so at finals I couldn't have been more pleased. It's not only the roper that's good, it's his partner, his athlete of a horse. Sitting there on Badge, right in the middle of the arena, thousands of eyes watching, I realized I was 2012-2013 Senior Girl World Champion Breakaway Roper.
This has been Lahaina High School Honors English 4 under the instruction of Kelly Jo Smith, bringing you Tigers Talking on the Prairie. We're located in the Southern Plains of Colorado in La Junta, Colorado. Thank you so much for sharing this with us.